What's going on YouTube? One Outtakes right here. Going on a nice little cruise today. I figured today I try to ride out and think of some sort of topic to talk about, because really haven't done any real vlogs recently. Kind of just been riding around and not really talking about much. Again, you know, I'm at 300 miles, so I'm still trying to get this thing broken in. So because I have so many videos I could possibly put online, you know, I'll try to condense them down a little bit. So we'll try to figure something out with this vlog, and hopefully you guys like it. So yeah, look at that. That looks so beautiful. Oh man. That's so much fun. Oh my God, it's so much fun. So, I decided on a topic for this little ride here. As long as I don't run out of gas. I've been pushing longer and longer to see, you know, how long it's going to be until I get gas. And I just went to see. Wow. Anyways, my topic is challenge. Challenging oneself to ultimately, as corny as it may sound, be the best that you can be. And whether or not you guys or myself are doing that. So, here's my question to you, to all of you. What do you do on a daily basis that makes you go, man, I need to change, I need to challenge myself to do X task and complete it in X amount of time? Or say it's your riding skills. What do you need to do to challenge yourself to improve how you ride? It doesn't mean you have to go 180 miles an hour or drag your knee or anything like that. It could be as simple as doing a flawless right-hand turn into you know, an apartment complex or something like that. You know, it doesn't have to be hard. If you're brand new at riding, it can be just being smooth every shift you do. You know, or not hauling too much gas in a 55. For example, this is what I do to challenge for motorcycling. I started out riding a 600. And most people would be like, you know, that's probably not the best way to go. And for a lot of people, you may be right. But for me, knowing how I am, I'm always challenging myself, and getting a 250 or 300 wouldn't satisfy that need to push myself. So a 600 is what I wanted. And I wanted to get to the point where I was very good at driving a 600cc motorcycle. Do I drag a knee? No, I don't drag a knee. It's something that now I do want to push myself to and challenge myself to get to. The 600cc bike that I got, initially, I wanted to stunt. I wanted to be able to do wheelies, stoppies, you know, drifting and stuff like that. not necessarily on a highway, but you know, on an empty road or a parking lot and whatnot. So I went out and I challenged myself to practice, to be able to do wheelies and whatnot. Unfortunately, I did them by myself for videos, and before I had any cameras like this or anything. I wish I did, to honestly prove to people, oh, you don't know how to wheelie. You know, you can say what you want, and that's fine. But my thought here is, you want to challenge every day how you ride. You're safer, more proficient, more comfortable, whatever it is. You always want to set a goal, complete it as a challenge to oneself. I got a little motorcycle here, looks like a little 250 and a car behind me. It doesn't matter where you ride, you can ride a 250, that's fine, I got nothing against you. See, right there, I know he knew that I was around him. I know he probably knew that there was another car, but at the same time, you need to be more aware of your surroundings than that. But, you know, be that as it may. But back to challenging yourself. It doesn't have to be, again, riding. Say it's with school. I know a lot of you guys that may or may not watch my channel are still going through school, whether it be high school or even college. When I got out of high school, or while I was in high school, I didn't challenge myself. I didn't like to do homework. I didn't like to study. However, when I did do tech tests, I did very well on them. So I always had mediocre grades. I never had amazing grades. Wasn't a straight A student by any means. But when I got out of high school and went in the military, I'm like, man, I'm done with school. I was wrong about that. I went to another year of schooling, and from that point, I noticed that being mediocre, being the average person, just wasn't for me. I had to push myself. I ended up being third best in class through my military schooling, and even then I was like, man, I wouldn't be that guy that everybody went through school with, asking me questions on how to do stuff. And to this day, I still want to be that guy of, you know, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I want to be the one that teaches people how to do that. It's the right way. Not my particular way, but the right way. And that's what my challenge is every day. You know, I want to push myself to be that person that other ones come to in need, and I'm there for them. Now with college, you know, I did tech school. I went through a year and a half of tech school with a 4.0 grade average. You're like, well, you know, you didn't have to take regular tests. You didn't have to do, you know, English or math or that stuff. Well, you know, I did have to do math. There's a lot of schooling that you have to be able to do math on. But you're right, I didn't have to do some of the other bullshit courses. I didn't have to write 20-page essays, and I'm glad I didn't. But like I said, I maintained a 4.0 average. I was student of the course 7 times. I was on the director's list 20 times. And quite frankly, I didn't expect that to be the case, but I went to it. And those of you going through college, I would hope that you guys are getting your money's worth, even on the bullshit courses. You should be doing, if they're bullshit courses, you should be doing amazing in them. I did go to college again after tech school, and I had to take those bullshit courses, and I maintained a 95 or better in every class. That scared the shit out of me. Because that's the level that I wanted to be at. Regardless of what it was, be the best at it. And even though I stopped school when I went overseas, I still, with a year left of schooling, have a 4.0 average. I do in the future may go back and finish my degree off. You know, I've kind of went from getting a degree to getting my technical certifications in lieu of a degree. So granted, I'm not going to college, but I am pursuing, you know, being a master technician, which in and as itself is definitely not an easy task. It's definitely a challenge. So those of you going to college, whether it's an easy class or a hard class, you're always going to want to get the absolute best grades. My roommate, when I was overseas, was going through college as well, and he told me, he's like, you know, I have a B right now in class, and even if I don't do the final, I can end up with a C. I'm like, well, why the hell would you want to do that? I'm like, yes, you're passing, but I'm like, you have kids. What does that tell your kids if you're willing to put the work in through the class, but decide not to finish? You decide to say screw it and take whatever you get. They're like, oh, well, my kids have to finish. It's like, say, you're telling them to do as I say, not as I do. I'm sorry, but that is not a good leader. Never be that way. Challenge yourself to do as you do, and people will follow that way. Now, if you already have good grades in class, keep them up. Don't ever slack, because there's not only that next person beside you that wants that next position when they get out of school, that wants to be the best. And that's really what everyone should strive for. So I know I've kind of jumped around between setting goals, having aspirations on what it is you do, but the main focus is to challenge yourself and to be the absolute best, that, as corny as it sounds again, to be the best you can be. Don't settle for mediocrity, like I said in one of my previous videos. Settle for everything that you can get. And by all means, you know, you'll be successful doing so. If you don't challenge yourself, you never know what it is you couldn't achieve. So keep that in mind. Everyone out there that rides, ride safe. Those who do not ride and wish to ride, take the appropriate actions and keep pushing, keep challenging, and you guys will get to where you want to be. Tell you what, this jacket flows some damn air. Like, I'll get warm, but like once it's going already, it's pretty nice. I'm not going to haul too much ass. I know it's a busy area, so there's cops and everything. See, rev matching. On this bike is not necessary. Another stoplight. No other reason than I wanted to go. I don't know who the fuck that was. No clue who that was. I don't know if they're just telling me I got a nice bike. You know, I swear people are funny. Like, they will sit and stare at you. You give them a head nod or a wave. Some will like acknowledge the fact that you know that they're staring at you. Others will just be straight up snobby and just fucking like, ow. I'm not looking at you, even though I am. Well, on that note, I will bid you guys adieu.